Kado Thorne, also known as the Collector, is coming to Fortnite in the next season, and I honestly can't wait for it. The storyline for him is very, very interesting so far, and I wanted to talk about like what I would hope to see, and I'd love to hear from you guys afterwards down below. We're going to talk about the Collector in Fortnite in just a second. Before we do that, I do want to say hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. Let's talk about the Collector. So, long story short, if you're not familiar with it, there's a lot going on with the Fortnite storyline right now, but just when it comes to this dude, so there's going to be a character in the next Fortnite season that apparently has been in the background of everything since the beginning. I don't know if they said it at the very beginning of Fortnite, I don't remember. Regardless, he's been around since chapter 1. He's been collecting things, collecting items, collecting weapons, so a lot of people have been speculating, and this is what it really seems to tease at, because of course, like, also spoiler warning for the teasers that we do know, it's nothing major, it's nothing that, like, it's something that Fortnite has been alluding to, okay? If you don't want to hear anything, click off the video. I'll keep talking in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we have all the leaks to come back with, like, the mythics. We have the Midas drum gun, we have TNTina's Kaboombo, we have the Zapatron, and not all of these are confirmed to be unvaulted. They're confirmed to be in the next season. So some people are speculating whether or not these actual collector items are going to be on the map. Because if the storyline with the collector, like, it's really tough to say, because if this guy's been collecting things since the beginning of chapter 1, right, you would have all these items from different seasons. And while that'd be really, really cool to see in a game, I think it's a little bit of a stretch to expect them all to be in the loophole. Would that be great? Absolutely. I would love, like, let's say like one main item from every single Fortnite season, just to run them off the top of my head once. I was going to say the Infinity Blade in Chapter 1, Season 7, but they would definitely never do that. So, like, some staple weapon that has been in some seasons, like maybe the Storm Flip from Season X, or Midas's Drum Gun from Chapter 2, Season 2. Like, there was the Flare Gun from Chapter 2, Season 3. Maybe they could do stuff along those lines, and it would be ideal if they would make, like, whatever the community had the most fun with in that season, they brought it into this loophole, and that's why, like, we're getting the leaks for all these things. But that wouldn't really explain all the other characters being in here, because the only leaks that we really have right now are characters that are related to the storyline. Like, we have Midas and the gang, we have Tina, we have Zig and Choppy's ray guns, so we know the Last Reality is going to be making a comeback. So we don't really know if this collector is going, we haven't seen anything that he's really collecting yet. The only reason that I think that these weapons won't be unvaulted, and this isn't my idea, if they're talking about the Zapatron, we know the Zapatron's going to be visible somehow. I imagine that they're not going to bring the Zapatron back. That'd be awesome. This would be like the perfect storyline to bring the Zapatron back to the game. But I'm thinking it's going to be something like Imposters, and to be honest with you, it'd be a little bit of a disappointment in my opinion if that's the route that they did go, because we'll have a POI. It's going to be like the agency type thing. Let's say it is the Collector, right? Let's assume that giant POI that's been leaked is the Collector's POI. I could very well see like a room with glass that we can't get to, where we see all of these weapons, you know? So I'm taking this with a grain of salt. I don't know what to expect with any of these items actually coming to the map, but something we were talking about in a recent podcast that I did, it was like, it'd be so cool if he was collecting things like, and it wasn't just weapons that this collector is collecting. Like, what if he's collecting planes? What if he's collecting, like, again, all of these fan favorite things that are just sprinkled on the map somewhere? And then I came up with the idea where it's like, how cool would it be? Let's say this person has their new collection room in the middle of the map, and then all the weapons are there, all the mythics are there. That would be an absolute blast. But then you have the problem where everybody in the entire game would be landing in that POI, and while that would be fun, here's my idea for it, and this is definitely not going to happen. I'm just like speculating here. I'm talking about the collector. I'm excited to see like how Epic Games is going to approach this entire thing, right? It'd be so cool. Let's say some games, and we knew while we were on the bus whether or not all the mythics could be there. Okay, so you would have a screen on the message. You'd have a message on the screen, and it would say like something along the lines like, oh, the collector is in, like, I don't even know what to call it, the agency. Let's just say it's the agency. The collector is in the agency. So that would mean that everything that he has collected is inside the agency. Then you could have one of those games where everybody just lands and bombards the place. But then you would have other games, and like you could make it a 50%, you could make it like a 25% type thing. Other games where you would have the message, the collector is currently on the run, which means he's carrying like It's Fortnite. He has a giant backpack full of stuff that he's been collecting. Who knows? Because we haven't seen anything on the map with him. So maybe he does have some like secret big giant Kirby backpack type thing that he's keeping everything in. I don't know. This is getting a little bit ridiculous to talk about, but you get what I'm saying. Message on the screen, collectors on the run. So that means all the mythics are not available there, or that room with all of the mythics, that vault, there's absolutely no way you can get in there. So that way you have some games where you could drop in and have that Tilted Towers type experience, and then it would be like a Hunger Games thing too, where you would have all the best weapons in one POI. That would be fun to have every once in a while, but the vast majority of the games, and that's how I would work it, the vast majority of the games, you'd have the messages on the screen where the collector's on the run, and then you would just, he's not there, then you can't get in there, you can't get into that secret vault, you know what I mean? I think that would be ideal for the way to do it, but I also think the best way to do it, like along with that, I think that'd be really cool, is to have a loot pool full of things that the collector has been collecting, okay? Something from every season. Something like all the fan favorite stuff, you know? Like, in my opinion, TNTina's Kaboombo. I absolutely love that mythic. I thought it was great. The Grabatron from Chapter 2, Season 7. Think about Chapter 3, Season 1. The Spider-Man web shooters. Yeah, the collab's over, but hey, the collector was over at the Daily Bugle. He got the Spider-Man web shooters, you know? Stuff that absolutely everybody loved. Chapter 4, Season 1. The Shockwave Hammer. Could you imagine a loot pool with all of this stuff, plus like the regular stuff, like you'll have an SMG, you'll have an AR, obviously you'll have this stuff, but something from every single season of Fortnite. I think that would be fantastic. Is that going to happen though? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I'm just like, I'm interested in the entire story with this collector, man. And it's not even just the gameplay. The gameplay is like everything that I've been talking about so far. I'm interested to see what he could possibly have to do with the storyline, because it obviously he's going to play a big part. You have all the agents that are probably coming back. You have the last reality that's coming, or the Ice Moon. We don't even know. Like, there's so much going on. It could be Agent Jones. We don't know where the 7 is. It really seems like Epic Games is going to deliver this season, and I hope to God they do, because the entire community is so excited. I will say though, especially like, I've been giving a lot of ideas for this whole collector situation here. My expectations for this season are in check. They're completely in check. If this stuff doesn't happen, if the heist theme is, if this isn't a copy of Chapter 2 Season 2, I'll be like, oh man, well that was a missed opportunity. But as always, my expectations are in check, and no matter what, I will enjoy what Epic Games has for us to play, because this is the greatest game of all time, and we are so underappreciative of Epic Games and the amount of updates that they actually give us. No other game is doing this. No other game is doing what Fortnite does. No other game has a main character that's a map that's ever evolving, you know? It's an absolute blast. But guys, this is where I'll leave it up to you guys. What do you think the collector is doing? What do you think is going to happen with the map? Do you think anything's going to happen with the gunplay? Do you think it's going to end up like an imposter situation where we won't actually get to use these weapons that are expected to come? Would you be disappointed if that was the case? Talk to me about anything related to the character, whether it's a storyline, again, gunplay, whatever you want. I'm interested to hear what you guys say in the comment section down below, because I don't know what's going to come, but I'm excited. I'm just very excited, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to comment down below, but if you want to continue watching the Clen channel, we have a lot of Chapter 4 Season 4 content on the channel right now. Go check them out. I will see you either there or in the next video, guys. Take care.